Mikel Merino is the Messi of box crashers. Literally, I've never seen anything like this before. He's scored 42% of Spain's goals in these World Cup qualifiers. And it's not even just the work that he does for Spain, it's what he does for Arsenal. The amount of goals that he's come off of the bench to score, or even when he was starting as a number 9 for Arsenal, playing in this like box crashery double striker role, has just been, it's so unique. It's not really unique because you've seen a box crasher before, but I don't think you've ever seen anybody do it like this before. Probably the only other player that I've seen with this much of a success rate was maybe Scott McTominay, but was he doing it for club and country like this? I don't know. Mikel Merino is probably one of the most misunderstood and overhated players at Arsenal because he's not that typical low center of gravity, silky midfielder that Arsenal fans are kind of used to, or the tall, lanky, elegant midfielder like Patrick Vieira. He is definitely in a world of his own, which is why I'm saying he is the Messi of box crashers. He does it so well. And I feel like Arteta saw this as a better version of what he wanted to do with Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz is much better as a striker, but I think Mikel Merino might be better than him at it just because he seems more clinical in front of goal. He scores with his feet, he scores with his head, and he does it at a rate that is just so alarmingly frequent that you can't help but notice him. When he plays with Spain, he can play in the 10 role because they have two natural footballers behind him in Pedri and Zubamendi or Rodri or whoever. And I feel like that makes it easier for him just to pop up in and around the box to get into those positions. And so he looks like he's playing number 9, but he's actually playing like second striker or whatever you want to call it. 9.5. Is that what you want to call it? 9.5. I don't know. You guys give me a word for it. But he's just so good for it. How does he fit into Arsenal? He has found his role at Arsenal. I said this in my other video about who should play in the absence of Odegaard, but I feel like Mikel Merino has a very distinct and obvious role in this Arsenal team. Arteta just needs to stick with it. He cannot be in a role for Arsenal in one of the types of roles that require you to create a lot of football, meaning he cannot be in the right center mid role or in the 6th role. Those two roles require you to do too much touching of the ball, too much getting back and receiving the ball off of center backs. He just needs to be in and around the box, and he is absolute money. He's also really good in clutch moments, which I feel like is just something you either have or you don't. He's somebody that you can put in at the end of the game, and he is going to get that goal. He is going to get that goal. He is going to get that goal. I think Mikel Merino is way overhated in this fan base. Way overhated. Just because he's not the type of midfielder that you're used to, or because Mikel Arteta was using him in a way that you don't like, does not mean that this player does not have value, and it does not have a very unique skill set. I am not trying to manufacture him into being this really good player. He just is. He quite literally is a very good player, but he has a unique skill set that needs to be used in a specific way. And I feel like when Arteta gets away from that skill set, when he gets away from the way that he needs to be platformed, that's where we start to get frustrated with Mikel Merino. But he has scored so many big goals for Arsenal. I think about the 3rd goal that he scored against Real Madrid at home in the Champions League. I think about the 2 goals that he came off the bench to score against Leicester. Mikel Merino has done his big one at Arsenal. He has done his big one. And just because he's being used in a way that doesn't really add up to what you want does not mean that this player is not good. He is a freak of nature. He is an elite version of a certain subsection of a niche of a football player. Do you get what I'm saying? Like 42% of Spain's goals in the World Cup qualifiers. 42%, that's almost half that he scored. And the goal, go back to the Newcastle goal that he scored to equalize. Again, another really big goal for Arsenal. That was not just like any old header that just happened to hit your head and just went in. It was like inch perfect inside the post. There was no way that Nick Pope was going to get to it. Mikel Merino is sick with the headers. He is sick with the headers. Seriously, he is like an elite header of the ball. I want to know in the comment section who do you guys think is a better header of the ball, Kai or Merino? Because Kai has some crazy headers for Arsenal as well. but Mikel Merino is running him really close. And I think the biggest difference in this box crashery 9.5 role that both of them play for Arsenal, Kai Havertz and Mikel Merino, is again that Mikel Merino is a lot more clinical. Maybe he lacks a little bit of the running ability. I think what Kai really has over Mikel Merino is his athleticism and his ability to run into space. And I think Mikel Merino just about has him beat, because when you have a player in and around the box, what do you want them to do? You want them to put the ball in the back of the net. He also put a ball on a platter for Saka in a Champions League semifinal away from home at the Bernabeu. Mikel Merino is not the player you guys say that he is. He is not this crap player that you guys say he is. And I get frustrated with Mikel Merino as well, but I'm more frustrated in the way that he's being used, not the fact that I think he's not a good player. He was never going to be the Xhaka replacement that I feel like some of us thought that he was going to be. Actually, I'm gonna say I thought he was going to be that. I thought he was going to be a Xhaka replacement, but he ended up just being a better version of what Arteta wanted Kai Havertz to be in that position. I cannot lie and say that I don't think that there is a need for those unique qualities in your team, because he is somebody that would be so, like, he is primed to be a cult hero. If we had won the league last season or won the Champions League last season, Mikel Merino would have went down as a cult hero. He would have, because of the goals that he scored and the way that he scored them and where he scored them were special. We just didn't get beyond PSG, right? If we go on to win the league this season or to win something big this season, I will guarantee you that Mikel Merino would have scored a couple of big goals to get us there, because that's his role in a winning team. That is his role with Spain. That is going to be his role with us. As long as he's utilized in that role and is not overextended into something that he is not, you can love him for exactly what he is, which is the Messi of box crashers. The Messi of box crashers. I cannot get over this guy and the amount of goals that he scores. And let's not forget that he's probably I'm trying to think, outside of maybe Gyökeres. Yeah, probably just Gyökeres. Probably the only person that has like a really good celly. That's the good thing about Mikel Merino scoring, is you get to see a decent celly. Genuinely. The one that he's adopted from his dad, that is quality. And then the new one that he has where he kind of just like stands and goes like that, quality. And then the one that he debuted against Newcastle where it was like he did a copy of the goal that he scored, like the flick the goal. He's overhated. He is so overhated in this fan base. Guys, Mikel Merino is the type of player that goes down as a cult hero in a title-winning team. You just have to have the other elements to push you forward. So he's not playing in a role that does not suit him. I'm looking forward to see how Arteta utilizes Mikel Merino, Eze, and Ethan in Odegaard's absence, because I think getting that jigsaw puzzle correct is going to be key for us getting through this next gap of games, this next group of games, well, with as many points as possible. But in that video, that's more on that, will come out after this one. But yeah, make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys, boys, I'm trying to get them to like and subscribe. If you guys can like this video and subscribe to the channel on your way out, I would really appreciate it. And get into the comment section and let me know what you guys think, because Arteta has this unique ability but finding these unique profile. And Mikel Merino is probably like the biggest example of one. Can't wait to see what you guys say. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.